The Night Before was one of those movies that I had heard a lot about but had never seen, and when I was planning this out, my mind kept drifting towards The Night Before as one of those where it was like, yeah, you gotta watch it. And so I did, and yeah, I had a hard time with this one. The Night Before tells the story of three friends, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie, and Seth Rogen, like I mentioned. Every year on Christmas Eve, they have a tradition of going out on the town and getting drunk, among other things. But this is supposed to be their last year doing this. Seth Rogen is about to become a father, and Anthony Mackie is becoming, quite frankly, too famous for them. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is pretty much stalling out in life. Like, he's got really nothing going for him. Gordon-Levitt settles to himself that he's going to make this last year the most memorable one of all, by securing 3 tickets to the incredibly secretive Nutcracker Ball. And a lot of hijinks breaks loose, let's just say. If you have seen one movie from Point Grey Studios, then you have seen them all. Now, that's not to say that they can be funny on occasion, because they absolutely can. However, there is just the Seth Rogen type of humor is all over this one, involving drugs, sex, and a lot of Richard references. The thing that kept me going through this was the chemistry between Gordon-Levitt, Mackie, and Rogen. I genuinely love Joseph Gordon-Levitt as an actor. He had a series on, I can't remember which television channel it was, but it was called Hit Record on TV, where he would spotlight these smaller filmmakers. I love it when other actors do that. I just do. Also, he's been in several movies that I like, including Looper, which is, at this point, Rian Johnson's only really good movie. Anthony Mackie is a part of the MCU now, and even though he is in the MCU, you kind of forget that he is playing this more over-the-top character here. Even when he's not in the MCU, he tends to be more of a serious character. He played Thurgood Marshall in the Thurgood Marshall biopic, for goodness sake. So it shows his range to see him go from very serious to very over the top like he is in The Night Before. Seth Rogen plays himself. If you've seen one of his performances, you have seen them all. There were some jokes that were almost too predictable to the point of just pain-inducing. There's this one where, after snorting some cocaine, Seth Rogen's character ends up in a Catholic church, and he ends up in the nativity scene. And he starts talking to this guy named Spencer. And as soon as he grabs this staff, I'm thinking to myself, he's talking to a statue of Joseph, isn't he? Sure enough, he is. There's another scene where the three are riding in their Red Bull limousine. I hope Red Bull got a return on their investment for that product placement. But anyway, they're driving in their limousine, and this driver, who's been kind of mousy up to that point, is just like, I'm gonna do it! And he, steps on the gas, and he's like, go, 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 go. And then they see there's a red light. I'm like, they're going to crash, aren't they? And then I was like, all right, they're gonna crash. Just please show the crash. And sure enough, they get jackknifed by I want to say a garbage truck. So yeah, I could see it coming. And this is not, I'm not trying to be like pick these jokes apart. It's just, I have seen these jokes played out before, so I kind of knew what was happening. The entire time I was watching this movie, my mind kept drifting towards The World's End, the last movie in the Three Flavors of Cornetto trilogy. I reviewed those movies up above if you would like to check that out. The World's End is my favorite of the Cornetto trilogy. I know that's probably a controversial statement, but it is my favorite. And it tackles the theme of the guy who envisioned himself in this form of childhood only and never truly grew up, the very definition of a man-child, and tries to put that energy onto his friends despite the fact that his friends have moved on. However, where The World's End handled that incredibly well, I feel like The Night Before just kind of handled it very poorly. Whenever there was a chance to maybe dig into the fact that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is very alone around this time of year and needs his friends. And the fact that he just can't open up emotionally because they're all like weed and drugs and booze and all of that stuff. But that never happens. If we get close to it, there comes another raunchy joke to kind of cut things off at the knees. I feel like fans of this style do genuinely like this movie. I have seen a lot of glowing reviews for this. However, this was just not for me.